Shadows of the Silent Forest. Deep in the remote, shadow-clad forests of the Pacific Northwest, where ancient pines towered like sentinels in the darkness, Ethan embarked on a night trek driven by rumors of inexplicable phenomena in the area. The woods at night were a different realm, alive with the rustles and calls of unseen creatures, the air crisp with the scent of earth and pine. Tonight, however, as Ethan ventured deeper, an unsettling change swept through the forest. The lively chatter of nocturnal life abruptly ceased, replaced by a suffocating silence that seemed to press against his eardrums. An unnatural chill crept through the air, clawing at his skin and fogging his breath before him. Hesitating on the edge of a small clearing, Ethan felt the atmosphere thicken, heavy with the scent of ozone. The stars seemed to dim, and the edges of the clearing blurred into shadows that moved with almost imperceptible subtlety. His heart pounded, the primal part of his brain screaming danger. Without warning, the darkness in the clearing deepened, coalescing into shapes that were darker than the night itself. 3 tall figures emerged, their presence more felt than seen, as if the darkness itself had taken on a sinister life. These beings, composed of shadows and dread, moved towards him with a smooth, gliding motion that defied the natural laws of movement. Ethan's flashlight seemed to falter as he aimed it at them, the beam struggling to illuminate their forms. Their bodies were elongated, grotesquely thin, with limbs that stretched too far, ending in hands that were more like claws. Delicate, yet capable of unspeakable harm. Their heads were large, overly so, with skin that absorbed light and eyes vast and black that did not reflect, but seemed to consume the light, leaving hollow voids that pierced straight to his soul. A wave of despair washed over Ethan, a feeling of doom so intense, it was almost physical. He wanted to run, to scream, but his body refused his commands, locked under the chilling gaze of these nightmarish visitors. One of the beings reached out, its hand hovering inches from his face, and Ethan felt an invasion, a violation of his mind as sharp and cold as ice. Images of dark, desolate places and other victims, their faces twisted in fear, flashed through his mind, each accompanied by a burst of fear so intense it bordered on agony. The encounter was not just physical but deeply psychic, a clear message that his existence was fragile, easily snuffed out or taken by these entities from the shadows. The intense dread filled him with the certainty that escape was impossible, that this night could very well be his last. As suddenly as they had appeared, the figures receded back into the darkness, becoming one with the shadows of the forest once more. The oppressive atmosphere lifted slightly, allowing Ethan to stagger back, his every instinct urging him to flee the horrors of the clearing. Stumbling through the underbrush, his breath ragged and his body trembling uncontrollably, Ethan made his way back towards civilization. Every rustle in the dark, every snap of a twig, now carried the weight of a potential return of those dreadful beings. The forest, once a place of solitude and peace, had transformed into a sinister labyrinth, haunted by entities that could emerge again from the shadows at any moment. Ethan knew one thing for certain: the forest was no longer safe, and the terror he'd experienced would haunt him, lurking in the darkness, for the rest of his days. Thank you for watching. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and smash the bell icon for more.